When you wanted the tax break or the tax incentives for some, I've forgotten the number of factories that were looking at, the number of companies were looking at, and Afenyo Makin was very, very passionate about this issue. At the time, one of the main reasons why you felt that the NDC at the time needed to come on board and get this thing done was because you said it's about Ghana, right? That was the principal position you took. It was about Ghana. Forget about whether these companies belong to who. Because at the time, remember, Ato Forcing at the time was saying that some of those companies that were seeking to give tax breaks were companies that were, related to NPP and so on. I don't know whether it's a fact or a fiction. But let me just even say that granted that some of those taxes belong to NPP. But NPP people are Ghanaians. Yeah. But I'm saying that at the core of your argument at the time was that this was about Ghana. So the question is, what has changed? Why is it that now I will not attend a national dialogue, economic dialogue, because the president has described the way you have handled the economy as criminal or as reckless? And that for you is enough reason to stop being Ghanaian or to stop being patriotic and to stop being nationalistic, to say that even if you have a counter argument about, or you have counterfacts about where we are in terms of the state of the economy, you could have gone, because there will be breakout sessions. Mm-hmm. You could have gone there, give those counterfacts, and say that until we're able to agree on where we are, verifiable by an independent, maybe civil society organization, until we're able to agree on this fact, debt to GDP, fiscal deficit, economic growth, inflation, growth in agri, and so on and so forth, we're not going to make any progress. And then from there, you would then be able to posit or to proffer solutions as to how we can take this country to the next level, both in terms of the medium to long term. How was that difficult? So two questions in one. Why have you shifted in that position? The principal position of let's all do this because we're Ghanaians. Yeah. And then secondly, if you had all these counterfacts and counter data to put out there, you could have gone to the economic dialogue and put those counter and then say, well, now that we can agree on this, what's the next line of action?
Moro, we have not shifted position. Our position is we're national about our politics and will remain national about politics. But you don't go and yoke with an individual who says that you have mismanaged an economy, misrepresenting the facts. The data you say counter data, we don't have counter data. Hold on one second. We don't have counter data. We just have one data, which data is the president and his government is seized with. They know the data. For example, they want to tell me that they don't know what the gross international reserve is.
It's a fact. It's out there.
Don't they know that?
Yes. It's undisputable.
Yes. So why is he mischaracterizing the economy that this is economy?
Based on the same logic.
Hold on.
Based on the same logic.
No, let me answer your question.
Please go ahead.
So you left a gross international reserve of 6.2 billion in 2017, which is approximately about 3.5 months cover of imports.
Yes.
And you are inheriting a 9 billion, gross international reserve, which is about 4 months. Okay. 3.5 and 4, which is better.
Okay.
Okay. You that individual, you that president, cannot describe what you are inheriting, which is better than what you left, as criminally handled.
Okay.
If you come to GDP, the same thing. Okay? The one issue they will talk about is inflation, but if inflation is received from where it came from in 2020...
Richard, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I'm making the point to you. I'm answering your question. So maybe those two examples...
Yeah, we'll get there.
But the point I'm making, which you are referring to as having shifted in a position, I'm saying that you don't go and yoke with an individual who is mischaracterizing your capacity to host this...
So how then? Richard, I beg you. If I don't ask this, I'll forget.
Okay.
How then, at the time... were you expecting the same NDC that you had also described as worst managers of our economy? In fact, you had consistently said that John Dramani Mahama did not solve Dumsor. In fact, even in yesterday's...
Can you stay with the tax exemption?
No, it's part of the economy.
No, stay with the tax exemption.
No, there's a certain... maybe you can get an import of my question. The import of my question is this.
I get it, but the tax example is specific, so let's stay with that.
That's what I'm saying, that in fact, from here, after this conversation of the national dialogue, we're going to come to the state of the nation.
Right.
And then you can do the banter, as the two political parties do at the time. But I'm saying that there's a certain principle you're trying to espouse. Your logic is that Do not yoke with somebody who doesn't mean well.
Yeah.
Simplicity.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm saying that based on that same argument or that same logic, you, at the time when you were in government, I said all sorts of things about the NDC in terms of how poor they are with their, management of the economy, and you were quick to add. Just a second. You were quick to add the poor management of the energy sector.
Yeah.
How were you expecting the same NDC you had demonized to come on board as a collective, as one people, and pass those tax exemptions you wanted for this for those same companies? That's the question I'm asking you, because you're saying that, and I'm asking this question based on the logic you have espoused.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Whether amongst the three of us here, if you choose one to pray, okay, and your preference is for my senior to pray,
right?
But then I say, I want to pray, and I end up praying.
Okay.
Even though he didn't prefer me to pray,
yes,
but I prayed. Won't you say amen? Or
I'll say amen. No,
you say amen.
Yeah, you say
right?
Amen. Yes.
Essentially, that's the point.
Okay.
So you cannot come to Parliament and say you agree on industrialization, which they have indicated that they will continue one district, one factory.
Yeah.
You cannot tell us you agree on industrialization, okay? But then when the policy drive for that industrialization to be achieved comes before you, you say you don't. That is intentional wizardry.
Okay.
That is you deciding that you want to hurt the country. Because despite the fact that we disagree on one thing or the other, this is a matter that you agree on. You yourself, your own principle. You can't bite your own finger or bite your nose to. Or I mean, like what I'm trying to say.
But every party believes in industrialization. It would always come down to the how.
No, but I'm saying no. I mean, the how is why. How do you drive industrialization if tax exemption is a matter of opinion? It cannot be a matter of opinion. It's a sure policy. Okay. It's a proven element of driving industrialization. Okay. So you cannot debate that aspect of it. Right. So it's a clear matter. I'm saying that...
You know the Lativanda point?
Yes, I'm coming. Inviting us to come there, okay, you must recognize what we have done. Okay. To be superior to what you have done, which is a matter of fact. No, I just told you, it's a matter of fact. Okay, the difficulties notwithstanding, presents the fact as is. Okay. We don't have a counter data that is different from what he should have.
Okay. Look, I'll come to you.
You understand? So the point is quite simple. No, I think we didn't go because they are not acting in good faith, and the whole thing is an optics.
So Neil Lativanda first of all says hello.
Say good morning to
him. He's
congratulations. Congratulations to him.
Yeah. He's the chairman of DRIP.
Yeah.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
No, he's a powerful man.
No. That's something he can do well. Okay. But his capacity, he can do even bigger stuff.
Bigger stuff.
But that, I think he will handle it.
Maybe it's just the beginning.
No, he'll handle it well. I'm quite confident.
Well, honorable Neil Lativanda for one way.
But if he's going to say something adverse, don't read it.
Oh, no, it's not adverse. It's not adverse. In fact, he wants to enrich your submission. So he says tomorrow, please tell Ahiagbah that no one enjoyed water. You see? No, but that has enriched the point you're making. It says no one enjoyed water and electricity for free. And that those deceptive lies have sent them to a position. And he's still living in that mud of lies. We all were made to pay for those utility services. The NPP didn't do anything significant in the first term of Akufo-Addo. They benefited from the NDC's prudent but difficult homegrown IMF policies. Let me also quickly, Ambassador Spiale.
I told you.
He says hello. He also says enjoy your submission. And now you're a very powerful man. And now we should have you on the show every day.
I told you.
Charlie, the first thing I give you is not small.
No.
But he continues. No, but he continues.
Okay.
But he continues and says, nobody said COVID did not affect the global chain. But in the case of Ghana, COVID was used to steal money. They use the COVID as a smoke screen for destroying our economy. Why is the MP so obsessed with tax exemptions? Nobody got free water and electricity in Ghana. The payment was just deferred. But eventually we paid. Again, they use that for more political propaganda. Why was the MP not at the economic dialogue to make their stale point on industrialization a function of only tax. Oh, no, okay. Still point says, is industrialization a function of only tax exemptions?
It's a
He
key
wants to
plank
know.
of it. It's a very key
No,
plank.
he doesn't disagree. He said it's not the only.
Yeah, but that's essentially what you want